The Vegas sun beat down mercilessly. It was the kind of heat that could crack pavement and, well, crack lives. In a quiet suburban cul-de-sac, a dispute turned fatal. A father now facing murder charges. His neighbor, dead on the ground. The echoes of gunshots, a chilling reminder of the tragedy. It began with fear, the kind that gnaws at a parent's heart. The father, a man known for his quiet demeanor, had daughters. Young girls, their innocence their shield. But that shield felt threatened. The neighbor, a man with a troubled past, had a reputation. Whispers of indecent exposure, a shadow lurking over the neighborhood. Fear turned to anger. Anger simmered, then boiled over. A confrontation. Words exchanged, sharp and laced with fear and fury. Then, the unthinkable. The crack of gunfire, a life extinguished. A father's attempt to protect, now a nightmare. The desert sun, a silent witness to the tragedy, offered no solace. The accused, a man named David Miller, was a man of routine, worked construction, came home to his family. His life revolved around his wife and daughters. He was a quiet man, some said shy, but a good man, they all agreed. Then came the whispers. The new neighbor, a man named John Harris, was trouble. He had a past, a record. There were stories, hushed tones about indecent exposure. Fear crept into the neighborhood, a silent intruder. For David, it was a nightmare realized. His daughters, playing outside, were now vulnerable. The fear turned to obsession. David couldn't shake the feeling of dread. He watched Harris, every move, every glance. The tension built, a pressure cooker waiting to explode. David tried talking to other neighbors, but the fear was palpable. No one wanted to confront Harris. David felt alone, trapped in a nightmare. The news spread like wildfire. A shooting, a man dead. The quiet cul-de-sac, now swarming with police. Reporters, hungry for a story, descended upon the neighborhood. David Miller, the quiet family man, was now the center of a media storm. The police were methodical, evidence collected, witnesses interviewed. The story began to take shape. An argument, escalating tensions, and then the fatal shots. David Miller, arrested and charged with murder. The legal machinery, cold and unforgiving, began to grind. The community was divided. Some sympathized with David, understanding the primal fear of a father protecting his children. Others condemned his actions, arguing that taking a life was never justified. The legal battle lines were drawn, a clash between law and emotion. David's fate hung in the balance, his life now in the hands of a jury. Section 4, Justice or Revenge. The trial was a spectacle. The prosecution painted David as a vigilante, a man who took the law into his own hands. They argued that while Harris's alleged actions were reprehensible, they did not warrant a death sentence. David's lawyer countered, portraying him as a desperate father driven to the brink by fear for his daughters. The jury listened intently, weighing the evidence, the emotions, the arguments. The courtroom became a microcosm of society itself, grappling with the complexities of justice and revenge. Was David a cold-blooded killer, or a father protecting his family? The line blurred, the answers elusive. The verdict, when it came, was a shock, not guilty. The courtroom erupted, a mixture of cheers and gasps. David Miller, the accused murderer, was a free man. The legal system had spoken, but the moral questions lingered. Had justice been served, or had fear and emotion triumphed over reason and law? Section 5, Lingering Shadows. David Miller returned home, a free man but forever changed. The shadow of the shooting, the weight of a life taken, would forever haunt him. The neighborhood, once a haven of peace, was now a place of whispers and judgment. The scars of the tragedy ran deep, a constant reminder of the day violence shattered their lives. The legal battle was over, but the moral debate continued. The incident forced a community and a nation to confront uncomfortable truths. How far is too far when protecting your loved ones? Can fear ever justify taking a life? The answers remained elusive, lost in the desert wind. The Las Vegas tragedy served as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the power of fear, and the enduring struggle to find justice in a world where right and wrong are often blurred. It was a story of loss, of anger, and of the enduring questions that haunt us when the law collides with the raw emotions of the human heart.